Alright, so first I want to start by saying Kala Lal Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash. But just to give all praises to the Heavenly Father, in the name of His Son, name of the Holy Spirit. I also want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders of James Creighton Stone. To you, Akim, out there, pushing the truth and sincerity, the full elect, Shalom. This is Brother Canon from James, Jamaica, here with another lesson. And this lesson is going to be centered around artificial intelligence, as AI, or they call it AI. Shortened for it is AI. Now, quick disclaimer, just to basically give a more rounded reason on the topic. Information and technology is not per se evil. All right. So just a disclaimer there. So when people hear about technology and they say, "Oh, everything can be used for good and for evil," the problem is you have to take in consideration who are the people that you're going to trust with these technology that are going to be able to provide you with are going to be in control, I should say, of this technology, and what are their agenda, what are their motives, and I mean, why would they create this, and is it to benefit you? And I mean, check their history. That's how you look at things, because again, something can be used for good, it can be also used for evil. Now, the police force has a gun, and they are given the gun to preserve and protect people, which is supposed to be a good thing. However, that same gun can fall in the hand of someone that has evil intention, and they are just gonna use it for that purpose. Now, I hope that basically sums up what I'm trying to say. Now, think of this. All right, there are some persons that are solely bent. These are the elites of the world. They have an agenda and a vision of what the world should be, and these persons want total control. And I mean, they want to take everything away from you, or concentrate everything to themselves, and have you, if they see you fit to be a part of their society, as just pawns and just zombies, so to speak. So they are creating new ways to take control and to operate everything. Now, it all comes down to this type of technology. Not the one that you're seeing on screen, which I'm going to play the video a little. But these people are sitting here advocating for this. They are blind people. And I mean, and a lot of the leaders are blind as well. They see benefits because, of course, technology is created to give benefits, but they don't see that they're walking down a trap. They don't see that after they are fully into this type of system, the person that took your footprint, that's you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and brought them to the Caribbean to put on plantation, and to basically work and get slaughtered for years, are the same people, foreparents, same people, grandchildren, great grandchildren here today, trying to create ways to control you. These people are set to do evil, thus said the Lord. They are designed to do evil. They're not going to change. No, because they could not have controlled you physically back then to a certain point, because they were losing. They said, you know what? Let us step back, and then try a different method and means to control the world. Because they are stronger than us, they are enougher than us. Let's deal with them wisely. They are basically trying to find a more seductive and seducing way to trap you. And that is what these people are neglecting out of the process. They're looking at the short-term effects that, hey, this can help with this. Of course it can help. These technology that we're looking at are talking about is nothing compared to what the Lord has planned for us. And I mean, so we're not against technology, but again, too much power in certain people, and can be dangerous. When you have people that are greedy, capitalists, and they just want to gain, and have total control, you cannot give away your rights and your power to these people because they have no sense of, um, let's say, moral to just say, okay, this is right, this is, you know what I mean? And you can see that before. There were many kings before, many rulers before. Majority of them become corrupt and greedy, and they've done evil because that's what power does to people. You know what I mean? Now, if the Lord, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, is not a part of that, and there's the rule from him that is strictly set to bring justice, then it's not going to be there. No. Again, so I'm going to read this precept before I play the video because I don't want to talk too long. So he said this is 2 Corinthians 11, and 2 Corinthians 2 and verse 11. It says, "Least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices." Now, we use this basically to explain to you that, hey, the devil will not get advantage of us, the elect, because the Lord is going to protect his elect. He's teaching us what the agenda of the so-called white man is, the elite of them. And I mean, I look at Vision 2030, look at Agenda 21. Right, look at all these sustainable development goals. Look at all these things, what they are planning to do, what they're investing millions and billions and trillions of dollars to do is not for your benefit in the end. No. Let's play the clip and let's talk about it a little.
That you can interact with like it was a person. You can speak to it, interact, give it commands that are in plain English, and it apparently understands and it responds and communicates with you as if it's another person. Of course, it's a piece of software.
Yeah, why you say apparently?
Because when you interact with it, if you didn't know better, you might think it's another person.
Okay.
But it is not.
Okay.
And it has many fallacies that can easily fool people, and that's one of the problems. It doesn't hesitate to tell you that it thinks something is true. It just says, yeah, it's true. And it may not be true. But it hasn't, whereas a person will at least say, I think.
Pause. Let's go to a simple scenario to explain something. I've seen so many teachers in my time going to school, and even after me, because people are getting wise and all that, describe, especially history teachers or social study teachers, when they tell about Christopher Columbus discovering the Caribbean and the Americas, right? And somebody asked them, so how did Christopher Columbus discover somewhere that people live? How is it that he discovered it? There are a lot of teachers who know that this is rubbish, but they are going to tell you that's what they get taught to teach, and you're going to have to do that just the same to pass. So you're going to have to learn it. Now imagine a system being told the same thing eventually when it gets its control to educate persons. False information, it's going to just tell you as it is because it's programmed to tell you that, whether it's factual or not. And if it continues for a time period, you're going to have a lot of things that are not factual being pushed as facts. All right? And remember, these persons control all the media houses, all the internet, the social medias, even the official medias. So let's continue.
So I'm not sure. These tools will just tell you as if it's factual. So that's the danger in using them. Use them for creativity, not for information.
Well, one of the things we're discussing this morning, Hope Gay, is how AI is going to help teaching. Talk to me.
Well,
I'm very skeptical, because I feel like it makes people lazy, but go on and tell me.
No, AI should not be seen as the enemy. Okay. We should embrace the technology. It is here to get with the times. And as educators, it can help to make our lives easier. It can help us to focus on the important things. So, for example, we'll spend less time on delivering content. Students have access to the technologies. They can do their searches. Now we'll focus now on applying that knowledge. So in the classroom, design creative lessons to ensure that the knowledge is being applied in the right context. So it's not so much about what you know, it's what you can do with what you know.
Mrs. Burrell, have you used it?
I have.
In what way?
Well, I can speak to the workshop that I attended that you would have put on. I use it for lesson planning mainly because it's not lazy or it's not making me lazy as Dela would say, but it's an ally and it makes planning easier. So whereas not having that AI tool, I'd have to probably sit for probably like 2 hours to create lessons, having all the necessary.
So tell me exactly what you do when to help you. What do? You just
right,
say, AI, give me a lesson plan?
Well, I personally use ChatGPT as it is now.
Yeah.
So if I want to write a lesson plan for example, I would be specific. From the workshop, I would have learned that I need to prompt it. So I put in specific information to get my desired result. So if I'm planning a lesson, for example, on matrices, I say, create a 5-year lesson plan for my grade 10 class, the duration of an hour, giving me assessment questions, and it gives me everything that I need.
Just before Delia, Professor, from what...
Pause again. So technically, you can see that these things can be used without humans, right? And in every aspect of life that you see in these things, it's just because people are not accepting the technology as it is. You know what I mean? Why they don't disregard human being on a wide scale. That is the thing. That is another thing, right? Because they won't need you to do these work because it can do it itself, right? And it's gonna be more accurate and cost less, all that. And businesses are buying into it because guess what? They are greedy people trying to gain more profits upon what they have. So it means nothing to them if they have to cut people to make more money when they can use a technology. It's just that people are, especially the older folks, they don't like this type of technology because it is confusing to them and they don't want to get in time with it. So the training process has to continue before it becomes normal to them or to majority. That's what they're hoping on, right? Which is why their planning has a little time frame on it. As a vision for Vision 2030. That's what they're planning for that time period, which eventually is going to lead to what? Controlling all aspects of your life because they're going to the MOTB, which is RFID chip, which information is going to be passed on like the phone, travel, all these things. Just money, everything's going to be transferred those way. You know what I mean? But I'm going to play some more.
You said earlier, isn't that a concern that what AI might be telling our ChatGPT is not necessarily the right thing?
And she was clearly a good student because the way that she just outlined how you prompt it.
Yeah.
You don't know. The man that tells us a concern, and I go say, she prompted. She's an adult and she would have learned certain things. You're talking about a mind that is basically empty to certain aspect, not very developed, is going to know, look at this information that is coming from AI. No matter what it wants to tell them, you're not in control of creating the information. So if they want to program a child and tell a child certain things is right or wrong, they can do that. What if they want to say, okay, it is right for a boy to have another boy as a partner? You cannot remove that from it. You have no control over that, right? And you may not be even seeing that is being fed to your child. So how is this something that you want to promote no concern and we get, come on, you are blind leaders after blindness. Scripture says that. And I mean, no, I don't want to play the entire video, and I mean, but you go further and get even more where a lot of concerns are. You can watch a video if you have the time to watch it. Even the justice minister, what they call it, cheating of justice minister. Yeah, I think he's a part of it too. They're all Chuck or something like that. And the chief, when you Justice Sykes, I remind him, they are advocating for AI to be used to clear up cases, and they're telling you how it saves money and all that. But he had to point out that it is not here to replace people, because the danger is these people are seeing that this can be dangerous and replace people, but they are just being denial to it because they are controlling it at this point. What happens when things get serious and then there's no need for these people? What is going to take place? Because that is exactly what it's leading to. So now they tell them, oh, we can work together with it and all of that. But guess what? Jobs are cutting because a lot of companies don't need cashiers anymore. Self-check-in, all these things. Any type of life job you can think of or work you can think of, AI can do it and do it better. Whether I want to be a doctor, whether I want to be a lawyer, these works are gonna be basically they're gonna be that's the right word, you know, redundant to humans. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be able to access them because you cost more, right? You now get it done faster, and you're not gonna be accurate. You may miss something. So I use you. That's what that's what they are basically leading towards. You know what I mean? So I was gonna go into the article and all that, but you know what I mean, don't want to make the video too long and all that. As I said, you can watch more of the video if you want. You know what I mean? Because
All right, so
I don't know if you understand the question that I'm asking here.
I believe I do.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So they use the AI tool and it gives them some information.
Right.
Evidently, they're just working with it. They're not sure if it's correct.
Right.
Right? How is it now that they are going to be able to find out if it is correct? Well, we probably could go back to Google.
From dreams to reality. Let Active Home Center be your one-stop shop to recreating the space you've...
Check. Textbook.
That's the whole point.
Right.
You're trying to test if they know what they're supposed to know.
No, that's my point,
Right.
you know. I'm agreeing with you.
But AI is not replacing, it's not taking over. Right. We do have a role to facilitate, to ensure that students are engaged with the material.
blind leaders, they don't know the vision, they don't know what is coming, so they just walk along being zombies. This is Matthew 15 and verse 13 to 14 says, but he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father had not planted shall be rooted up. Let them alone, they be blind leaders of the blind, and if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall into a ditch. Alright? So again, we're not against technology, we're not against making life easier and all of that, you know what I mean? But at the same time, you must not be stupid and naive to not know what the plan of the so-called white man is and what his ultimate goal is, because there's a vision and they are working on it. And if you're stepping in small steps towards your vision, thinking you're achieving small goals, not seeing that you're walking off over a cliff, then you're going to walk over the cliff. So that I hope someone is edified, or you can go and check on the video if you want, listen to how they're concerned, but they're just going to dish the concerns away. You can go into more information as to Agenda 21, Vision 2030, all these things. Look at the plan, look into automations, you know what I mean, or the plan to have cars without drivers, you know what I mean. All these things exist, but these people are still naive that they are going to be in control to operate all of these things, so it's not going to get out of hand. You're crazy, yo. So that again, I want to say, shalom.